it's Lauren Gafer here, and I want to welcome you to a very special New Year's Eve edition of Tuesday Tips. Yes, it is New Year's Eve. It is the last day of 2019, but not only that, it is the last day of the decade. My goodness, and I wanted to record a really special edition for you to give you the opportunity to look back on the last year and even the 10 years and perhaps set some intentions going forward for your health and well-being or for all areas of your life. I hope you've had a really wonderful Christmas filled with family and joy and festivities and relaxation and just a little bit of overindulgence, because that's what Christmas is all about after all. It's okay to eat more at this time of year and drink more at this time of year, because it's about being with family and friends and celebrating the good things in life. So I hope you really enjoyed yourselves. Now, given that this is the very last day of the year and the last day of the decade, you're probably being bombarded with messages about the end of the decade and 2020 and what do you want to achieve in the next 10 years. And I get that. And it's something that I would like to encourage you to have a look at as well. Have a think back at what you've achieved over the last 10 years between 2009 and 2019. Certainly for me, my kids were born in 2008 and 2010. So the last 10 years have very much been about raising a young family. The next 10 years are going to be about surviving the teenage years. They're not as hard, right? I can just hear all of you mums of teenagers laughing hysterically at me. So my goal for the next 10 years is to survive the teenage years. That would be a huge achievement for me. Also, in terms of my work and my business, things have changed hugely for me over the last 10 years. I graduated as a nutritional therapist in 2009, so I have been at this game for a decade and longer, because my passion in nutrition started a lot longer before I actually graduated as a nutritional therapist. But what I do has changed so dramatically since I, first saw my first ever client straight out of nutrition school. Now I'm helping hundreds, thousands of women with my online challenges and my membership club, and it's just amazing how it's evolved to me and how I've changed the way that I help women in terms of helping you to quit dieting and have a healthier relationship with food. We weren't really taught all of that stuff in nutrition college, so that's something that I have has evolved for me over the last 10 years, more so over the last, 3 to 5 years, and I'm hugely passionate about continuing to do that over the next year and the next decade. I'm not going anywhere, and this is my mission in life. I want to help you and your daughters and your daughters' daughters to never ever have to go on another diet, and this is my mission and what I want to accomplish for the next 10 years for all of you. So watch this space, because there's some really exciting stuff coming up. But also, the last 10 years we've moved house a number of times. We moved out of London to the countryside, so a huge change of lifestyle, a huge change of pace. But let's not forget the fact that I have had very young children throughout all of this. So really, life can be pretty stressful. There's definitely been ups and downs. As far as my health has been concerned, also ups and downs. I discovered I had autoimmune thyroid disease. I've recovered from adrenal fatigue. So many different things, gut health, and I always come back to nutrition to help me with those things, and that's what I want to try and help you guys with as much as possible as well, using food to heal yourself. So not just about your relationship with food and dieting, but using food and nutrition as a way to heal your bodies and prevent long-term chronic disease, because ultimately we want to be fit and healthy into our 40s, 50s, 60s and beyond. And a lot of the women that I help are in those age groups, and I want you all to bound out of bed every morning and be pain-free and happy. So the last 10 years have definitely been a huge area of change for me, but what about you? I'd love to hear what the last 10 years have held for you, how things have changed, what you've achieved, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and what you'd like to accomplish in the next 10 years. What are the 20s going to be like for you? I'd really love you to take some time to do this exercise whereby you maybe sit down today for 5 or 10 minutes and just journal on the last decade. What's changed? Have you moved? If you've got kids, obviously they've grown up, you're in a totally different place with them right now. What's worked? And where do you feel that you could host some more improvements in your life to make the next 10 years even better than they already have been, in particular in the area, obviously my interest, of health and well-being. So what can you do to improve your health and well-being? What small steps can you take to help yourself feel happy, healthier and more nourished? And if one of your goals for the next 10 years is to never have to go on another diet, then stick with me, because that's what I'm going to be helping you with going forward. And I've got something really really fabulous coming up in early January. So basically from tomorrow, that's going to help you to do that. Put the 20th of January in your diaries, 20/01/20. Put it in your diaries because I'm going to be hosting a brand new challenge, not been done before, which is going to help you to break up with your diet, manage your cravings, and have an altogether more nourishing relationship with food. And I will be opening up the doors to my members club where you will be invited to join us. So that's all coming up this month. I've got so much planned, so much exciting stuff. And in addition to that, I'm actually launching a new brand, and that's what I want to be focusing on over the next 10 years. I've got a massive vision in this world for what I want to achieve, and I'm hoping, well, I'm setting the intention and I'm setting the vision that this brand is going to help me to achieve that. I'm revealing it here for the very first time at the end of 2019 as we move into a brand new decade, that my new brand is called You Are Nourished, and it's going to be a whole suite of things to help you to become more nourished in all areas of your life. So these weekly videos are going to continue, but they will be under the new name of You Are Nourished. So they will be the You Are Nourished weekly video show, or whatever it's going to be. I have plans for a podcast. Obviously my members club is still going to be active, but I've got lots of other things planned to help you to be more nourished, because that's how I want you to feel in all areas of your life. And yes, I've come from a background of nutrition, so being nourished nutritionally is really important. But the more work I've done on myself and with other women, the more I've realized that it's not just about the food, it's about your mindset around food, and it's about your relationship with yourself and your self-care and how you prioritize yourself. So there's 3 core areas within You Are Nourished that I want to help women to focus on, and that is food, mindset, and self-care. So there's lots and lots of exciting things in the pipeline coming up for 2020 and beyond. So if I had to set an intention for 10 years time, it would be that You Are Nourished is a global movement. And I hope that you'll still be with me and following me. So I want to take this opportunity to raise a glass to you. Yes, I do have a glass of champagne here, as it is New Year's Eve, and I want to toast you and I want to thank you for your support over the last few years. Those of you who've been following me for a while, thank you so much for your continued support. Those of you who are in my members club, I love you all dearly, and I'm looking forward to continued growth 2020 and beyond. And to those of you who are new to me, cheers to you. Thank you for finding this video, and I hope it's been of use to you. So do that exercise, go back and reflect on the last year and look forward and set your intentions for the coming year and the coming decade, and let me know what it is that you would like to achieve for your health and well-being for the next 10 years. So happy New Year. I hope you have a fantastic New Year's Eve, and I will see you in 2020.